It's nice being back, and the most amazing surprise was that Tim is not here today. I mean, talk about a great way to come back.
Yes.
It really is great to be Timless here and into the Bone Zone. G-Bone, our producer tonight. Sports Center with Jane Dan, brought to you by McDonald's. And boy, lots happened in the world of sports since I was hosting this show a couple of weeks ago, Dan. And the Vancouver Canucks still in the postseason, but on the brink of elimination, switching up things between the pipes.
Yeah, a massive change between the pipes, and so far, so good. As Thatcher Demko makes his first career playoff start with Jacob Markstrom unfit to play. So it's Game 5. Canucks on the brink, less than a minute in. Nate Schmidt stopped by Demko. He started the Canucks last game before the pause. JT Miller. Off the post. You know the Canucks had 0 shots through the first 10 minutes? And 6 in the period total. It was 0-0 through 1. Mid-second, Vegas power play. Max Pacioretty to Jonathan Marchessault. Deflection, stopped by Demko. He started 7 of the last 8 regular season games for Vancouver. Same power play, William Karlsson. Tries to go over Demko's shoulder. Demmer stops it. Same period, Shea Theodore. Watch this effort. Oh my. He's still got, what? Beats 3 Canucks and then scores his 5th of the playoffs. Vegas hasn't lost a game in these playoffs when scoring first. 24 seconds later, this happens.
Going forward as a Norris Trophy candidate, Besser trying to charge back with Miller. In front, scores! Brock Besser on the tip. And just like that, return fire for Vancouver.
Besser with his 4th. Shots were 28-10 Golden Knights, but the game was tied through 2 in the 3rd. Canucks work it back to the point where Hughes' shot is blocked. Besser fires and Pettersson tips it, his 7th, and the Canucks lead 2-1 despite the fact they're being outshot 38-16. Demko standing on his head, trying to keep the Canucks in the bubble. There's 7 minutes and change left to go in this game. The Canucks have come from behind to win a series 3 times when down 3-1. So history is in their favor. And by the way, all 7 teams this postseason to trail 3-1 in a series have gone on to lose the series. Okay, that's not so good. Vegas 8-0 when scoring first in the postseason, the only undefeated team with that stat. And also Game 6, if needed, is Thursday. Canucks clinging to life.
You remember 2019 with the normal diseases and such? That was the year the Raptors went down 2-0 to the Bucks in the conference finals, and Kawhi said this.
Where do you go from here?
Going to Toronto, Game 3.
Yeah, that's right, except they wouldn't be going to Toronto if they lost Game 2 this year. They'd be staying in that bubble, and Kawhi is now with the Clippers. Still, you had to expect a better effort from the Raptors in Game 2 after an 18-point loss in Game number 1. The Raptors' only 2 losses inside the bubble have come against the Celtics.
The Raptors at Charlotte, he's never
Early on, Boston, turnover, Fred Van Vliet, friend of Sports Center with Jane Dan, presented by McDonald's. 9 points in the first quarter. His family at the game on Tuesday, and look at Sanai, his daughter, so cute, saying hello, a social media sensation with her sippy cup. Van Vliet, 2 of his team-high 14 in the first half. And sup, fam. Sup, fam. Daughter watching probably something that she wants to watch on that iPhone. OG Anunoby spins, gets it to go. Toronto up by 4 now in the 3rd quarter. Off this miss now. Anunoby, a career playoff high 20.
tell you
What about scarves? Raps by 8 through 3. Boston shot 17 threes in game 1. Marcus Smart way too wide open in the 4th, nailing a couple of threes. Boston's right back in this thing.
Smart. Third of the postseason here. Smart. 3-ball again. Hits again. Marcus Smart. And the Celtics extend their lead. Marcus Smart with 4 fourth quarter three-pointers. Tatum, nice pass. Smart launches. Oh, it's good! And a foul! Marcus Smart is owning the three-point line tonight. He's got 5 triples in the quarter.
That's former TSN star Brendan Connor on the call. Marcus Smart, 3 points in the first 3 quarters, 16 in the 4th. Raps down 340 seconds left. Pascal Siakam drives. Smart steps out of bounds while touching the ball. Nick Nurse definitely thought there should have been a foul there, as did all of the Raptor fans watching. Ball stays with Toronto. Siakam then steps out of bounds, and it's a turnover. That's Toronto's 12th turnover of the game. Has not been the best bubble sesh for Pascal Siakam. Raps get a final chance. Jaylen Brown for 3. No, Raps have a chance for a tie here.
Siakam, 3 seconds to go. Here's
Van Vliet. No.
And the Celtics
Boston Celtics up 2-0 in the series. Now, we mentioned Marcus Smart, but Kemba Walker also sensational in the 4th quarter. Walker and Smart combined for 27 points and just 9 of 10 shooting.
Jazz, Nuggets, Game 7. It was a low-scoring affair, but a crazy finish. Final duel between Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray. Top 2 scorers in the playoffs. Late 2nd quarter. Murray collides with Joe Ingles, favoring his left leg. Murray not happy with Ingles after the play. He missed 4 regular season games in the bubble with a hamstring injury. He's like, get away from me. He stayed in the game. Mitchell started just 1 for 5, but in the 3rd, tough shot over Murray. He scored 14 straight points for Utah.
Mitchell sensing something brewing.
Mitchell taking on Murray again. Goes off window. Mitchell had 22 points, 13 in the 3rd. Utah trailed by as many as 19. 4th quarter. Rudy Gobert, the man who stopped the world, gets the layup, add the foul. The Jazz take a 3-point lead. Murray only shot 7 of 21. 2 minutes left. Puts Denver back in front. He had 17 points. Under a minute to go. Mike Conley in trouble. Finds Gobert on the lob and ties the game. Gobert also gets hit in the face. Should have gotten a foul call. 30 seconds left. Nikola Jokic going against Gobert. Look at this shot. Wow. Jokic had a game-high 30 points, 14 rebounds. I told you it was a crazy finish. See for yourself.
10 on the shot clock. Had it back tapped, he lost it. The Nuggets come up with a defensive play. Murray, they missed the layup. Gobert got it. Mitchell hanging at the other end. 2 seconds to go for the win, and it rims out. Denver hangs on.
Oh, Mitchell heartbroken watching that final miss by Mike Conley. Murray and Mitchell congratulate each other over an amazing series. Denver moves on to play the Clippers.
Jay and Dan program brought to you by McDonald's. There's friend of SportsCenter with Jay and Dan, Claude Giroux. Philly trying to stay alive. They're down 3-1 to the New York Islanders. Second period, Flyers down 1-0. Giroux, that's his first of the postseason. That's his 2nd goal in his last 27 playoff games. It's 1-0. Then just over 2 minutes later, JVR. Van Riemsdyk, first of the postseason, he was being scratched multiple times already this postseason. He is on the TSN trade bait board that we will tell you about in mere moments. But first we go to the 3rd, still a 2-1 hockey game. Isles unable to clear it. Matt Niskanen with a beautiful laser-like shot to beat Varlamov. Flyers 1-17 all-time when trailing a series 3-1. They're up 3-1 in this game, but the Isles will not be denied. Under 5 to play. Josh Bailey, Brock Nelson, one-timer. Fools Carter Hart. It looks like he may have been screened. Nelson, a pair of goals in the Isles game 4 win. New York within 1. Then with less than 3 to go, Cal Clutty back to Derek Brassard. We are tied. The Isles trying to punch their ticket to the conference final for the first time since '93. Overtime was needed. Nelson again. Sent in alone. This could send the Isles to the conference final. No, Hart is there. Hart giving the Flyers life. Under 8 to go.
The Flyers win in overtime.
Scott Lawton tipped that bad boy in. Flyers avoid that late third period surge to force a Game 6.
Records, everyone loves them. The Beatles' Abbey Road is a great one. So is Fleetwood Mac's Rumors, which when I first heard that one, I thought it was a greatest hits album. It's that good. It's that good. It's that good. Those aren't the records I was referring to. Instead, it's an MLS record. TFC looking to equal the longest unbeaten streak in league history.
It's Toronto FC and Montreal.
I had a glitch in my mainframe. TFC, they've won 19. They're looking to win 19 in a row. Also undefeated in the round robin between Canadian clubs to clinch a spot in the Canadian Championship final. A win would put them 9 points clear of Montreal. 14th minute. Rudy Camacho header out. Leaps Justin Morrow. Camacho's first of the season puts TFC in rare territory. They haven't trailed in a regular season game since last September. There's the Altidore back in the starting lineup after sitting out Friday due to personal reasons. 44th goes down in the box after contact with Camacho. TFC awarded a penalty kick, but Camacho grabbing some jersey as Altidore helps himself to the ground. Thierry Henry in shock. Alejandro Pozuelo selected for the kick. Now flashing back to when these teams met Friday. Pozuelo facing Clement Diop from the spot, picks the low corner. What does he do this time? Pozuelo steps up and leaves for Pablo Piatti and beats Diop in the game is tied. Oh, wait a minute. The ref immediately waved it off. Piatti is ruled to encroach into the penalty arc before Pozuelo had touched the ball.
Not been given.
And because he kicked the ball,
It's not been given.
that's interference, so TFC does not get to retake the kick. That was Toronto's best chance to tie the game, impact win, and snap TFC's unbeaten streak at 18.
Interesting. Controversy.
Controversy indeed.
Wow. You just not shaving anymore?
I had some skin irritation,
Ah, yes.
so I'm covering that up with this.
This has been skin irritation talk. Maybe someone out there can help us.
Well, I
you.
went to Shoppers and I got
Right.
some cream. I said, I want cream that doesn't irritate my face. The cream they told me to get, it burned my face.
Ah. Was it like alcohol, rubbing alcohol or something?
No, it was face cream.
Cream.
As Sam said, Raptors basketball, Raptors basketball. Raptors were down 2 games to none to the Bucks in last year's conference finals, and, well, you know what happened there. We have game number 3, Thursday.
Looking forward to that. The playoffs still in full swing, but as we saw last week with the Toronto-Pittsburgh deal, or as my dad called it at the time, the Cappy-Kapanen deal, non-bubble team trades can happen at any time. So we're talking trade bait. We're talking trade bait. Matt Murray and JVR, Josh Anderson, Ekman Larson, and Patty Laine. What? We're talking trade bait. And we got more. We're talking Ghost and Palmieri and Max Domi, MAF and Chris Letang. There's a lot of big names on this list. That was very interesting.
Great work, guys.
Yeah.
Sidney Crosby, he underwent successful arthroscopic wrist surgery Monday. His recovery time expected to be 3 to 4 weeks. It's Crosby's second surgery this season, as he had core surgery in November that caused him to miss 28 games. Crosby missed a week of practice in July, but played all 4 games in the Penn series against the Habs, picking up a couple goals and an assist in the series, a series they lost. Evgeny Malkin also had surgery recently, and he's going to be ready to go for next season. He had surgery on his elbow.
The Pens, I mean, Crosby's only 33, Malkin's only 34. They still can make another run here. They had Kapanen, and they trade Murray. Maybe they get someone for him. You know, Rutherford, he loves to make moves. He's not standing pat. He's not Pat Gillick. He's not Stan Pat Gillick. He likes to make things happen.
It's a mover.
Oh,
He's a shaker.
we're making things. We're going to break.
Jays and Marlins. Jonathan VR making his Jays debut after being acquired from Miami on Monday, so he's facing his former team. First inning, man on third. VR.
2-2
RBI groundout. So he begins his Jays career with an RBI. That'll do. Another newcomer making his Jays debut, Robbie Ray, acquired from the D-backs, on in relief in the third. They're striking at the first batter. Ray then hands out a ticket to Tappy Town.
Ray wound up
to John Burt, the Marlins' number 9 hitter, ties the game. Ray then sat down the next 2 batters, struck out the side in his first inning as a Blue Jay. Randall Grichuk, red hot at the dish. Let's see what happens in the fourth. Jays with a 1-run lead, ball lined into center. Grichuk! Diving catch. He went 3 for 4. Oh, sorry, no, that's wrong. Not even remotely close. Ray went 3 1/3 in his debut. 4 Ks, 4 hits. 8th inning, tied at 2. The Marlins' newest addition, Starling Marte. Oh boy. Oh. Brought in on deadline deal from Arizona. Jays dropped their 2nd straight, and it's the 4th straight game the Jays have failed to go yard. Yeah, they'd like to go yard.
And the Jays designated Daniel Vogelbach for assignment after playing just 2 games for the club. He was acquired from the Mariners back on August the 23rd. He's only 27. Hit a ton of home runs for the Mariners last year, but no hits, 1 walk, and 5 plate appearances for the Jays. Brandon Drury, Sam Gavilio also designated for assignment to make room for Robbie Ray and Jonathan VR and Ross Stripling. So there you go. The Jays making all those moves, and Robbie Ray did look pretty good other than a home run he gave up.
Are you Robbie Ray?
Who
wants to know?
Ray? That song, that's what it was about.
Super Bowl 54 champs. Kansas City Chiefs were given their rings Tuesday at Arrowhead Stadium. The ring features 36 rubies and 255 diamonds.
As it should.
Head coach Andy Reid on when he will wear his ring.
Yeah, you wear it for special occasions, or if you want a free cheeseburger, you just point right there and show them that ring, and you might get one.
He loves cheeseburgers.
They're valued at $11,000 each.
And Patty Mahomes, as you pointed out when we were rehearsing for the show, because we do rehearse, it's hard to believe, used that Super Bowl ring to propose to his girlfriend.
You have to say yes.
And if she questioned it, you'd be like, hey, this is $11,000.
That's
All
right.
right, well, the team spent.
Do you know that they have to pay taxes on that?
The team does?
The players.
On the rings?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right. So the Chiefs got their rings, but wide receiver Josh Gordon has reportedly sold his Super Bowl 53 ring at auction for $138,000, the one gifted to him by the Patriots. Now, you may remember Gordon for a dozen games was a Patriot back in that 2018 championship season, but was suspended for substance abuse in December and missed the postseason. He's currently a free agent after applying for reinstatement. His 2019 season also cut short due to suspension. There's talk the Seahawks would be interested if he is reinstated. But this set off alarm bells for me, just in the sense that he's still technically an NFL player and he's already selling a Super Bowl ring for $140,000. So you hope instantly your mind goes to money issues, which is not a good thing, obviously.
Or he was decluttering.
Marie Kondo. Tidying up. If that ring doesn't spark joy,
bye-bye.
Say bye-bye to that ring. Jenny, coming up.
The Jannies.
Wow.
Remember, the summer's still going.
Yeah, big time.
Game 7, Jazz Nuggets. Utah down 2 under 20 seconds to go. Ball inbound to Donovan Mitchell, spins into the paint, loses the ball. Denver heading up in transition. Jamal Murray to Torrey Craig, misses the layup. Jazz get possession. They can win it. They can win it if Mike Conley hits this. And Denver advances.
How about the White Sox and Twins? It's former Toronto Blue Jay Edwin Encarnacion at the dish. This looks like a home run trot. Byron Buxton
And he caught it. Buxton, I think, caught the ball.
Yeah, I think they definitely decided he had the ball long enough there.
Yeah.
That is a nice catch.
Rays and Yankees, Gio Urshela, the dish. Short fly to center. Kevin Kiermaier. Oh, missed it. He usually makes those catches.
And goes all the way to the wall.
Urshela takes advantage, hustling.
Here comes Frazier.
And he's going home. He's safe.
Yeah.
It's a 3-run
He's going
double.
home.
He's coming home.
Oh, that wasn't him. There he is.
3 runs.
Now he's safe. 3-run double with a nice slide.
British Columbia native Shea Theodore is turning heads in the Stanley Cup playoffs. This is an absolute beaut. The only goal Vegas scored last night, but his teammates say he should be considered for the Norris Trophy going forward.
Rays and Yankees, Joey Wendell at the dish. Oh, that's going to drop in. I don't know why we're showing this. Because Clint Frazier.
Now that's a
Wearing his
diving
mask
grab.
in the outfield. Frazier.
Good show.
And took it all
MLS
the way to
action,
Wendell.
TFC Impact, Josie Altidore.
You're right, a great
Rob by Clement Jacques. Leaping save.
You mentioned Frazier was a
Josie.
good show. How did Frazier end? Did the dog eat them all?
Yeah, dog. What was the dog's name again? Harry?
Barky?
Barky. Barky ate everyone, including Daphne. Eddie.
On this week's Jay and Dad podcast, one of our guests doesn't show up. Another guest data plan runs out during the show. Finally, we find a guest who shows up and has data.
I can't wait to see who that guest is. We see the worst play of the day. It's Marcus Smart. Flopping.
On the other end, but wave it off. They're going to call Siakam for a push.
Yeah, they called Pascal Siakam.
Nick Nurse is incensed.
The
He
flop.
was on the floor talking to the official nearest him.
Trying to draw a foul. Flopsies.
Highlight of the night also comes from the bubble. Celtics,
82.
Raps, game 2.
Ibaka.
OG Anunoby takes the feed,
OG and a foul.
finishes with the contact to get the and one.
Hopefully he's okay.
Highlights
Strong.
from the bubble.
We could talk
Again, a
about
turn that
OG.
if we said that a year ago, you'd think we had gone insane.
What are we talking about? You blew it. Dan, you struggled saying it's that good in the TFC highlights. You said Randall Grichuk went 3 for 4. He meant to say Robbie Ray went 3 1/3.
Yep.
I said Andy Murray, I said caps up. It was a mix of caps off and wraps up. G-Bone played us to break a couple of times. We got played off. And, and I hit my button and you couldn't hear me in one of the throws to break.
And what's the Fraser dog's real name?
Oh, Eddie.
Eddie. I had a glitch in my mainframe.